Hey guys, and welcome to InDee's InterYOU, a segment where we talk to creators about their experiences on and offline. So let's see who we have interviewing today. Hey. Hey. Oh, I think you need to unmute. There we go.
Hello.
There we go. Hey, love, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not
Happy
too bad. Happy
Wednesday.
Wednesday to you too. How's your day been?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm almost done with my book for this month, so I'm pretty
Oh.
excited to finally get to my next one.
Oh, we're going to be talking about that shortly. Definitely, definitely.
True.
I met you through the Twitch workshop,
Hmm.
which was back in December. It was absolutely amazing. And, it was really good to kind of get to know you. But, I mean, I know things about you, but, I don't think anyone else does. So, how about you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, so my name is Sophia Cylle. I am I guess a console gamer because I stream mostly from my Switch.
Mm.
I stream mostly Animal Crossing games.
Yeah.
I have and I have like a passion for like personal and professional development. So I'm always just, trying to be better than I was yesterday. And I just kind of like, I try to like structure my life in that way, I guess. So,
That's
uh,
really cool.
yeah. Um, my talents include eating tacos.
Oh,
Um,
sounds good. Why are you making us hungry? Like the interview's not even started, and there's food chat right now.
organizing things, smashing things with hammers in Monster Hunter World, and
Ooh,
finding solutions to mostly creative problems.
that's actually
So,
really cool. So it's almost like you kind of deal with a lot of the stuff that some streamers really really struggle with. Um, and like I've seen like some, I've looked at your Instagram and everything like that, and I've seen like the inspirational posts that you put up, which are really really cool. Um,
oh,
and I've also seen some of the modeling stuff that you've been doing as well, and I'm just like, damn,
oh
this
yeah.
this woman is doing like so much, like it's so cool, do you combine like the modeling stuff that you do with the bettering yourself every day kind of thing? Is that something that kind of coexists together?
Kind of. So like when I started working out, like back in like 2017, what my original
Oh my god, I feel like
tangent
we've done this already. I do.
my original like tangible goal was I was gonna lose weight so I can start cosplaying. And
Oh
then so I lost weight and then I did the cosplay thing. Then I was like,
yeah.
okay, so what's the next thing that I could do? So I kind of use it in a way to kind of keep me exercising because
Yeah.
if I have like a project coming up, I have to make sure I go get my nails done. I have to make sure I'm fit for this whatever. So I'm just kind
Right.
of setting things up so that I can continue to keep going.
It's actually a really, really good motivator. Like I've never like met somebody that was kind of using, being able to like things like cosplay or modeling or what have you as a way of losing weight. I mean, a lot of people just like, oh, I'm just like this, I'm just gonna cosplay, and if whoever likes it, whoever doesn't doesn't. And like, I like the fact that it's also, it's like it puts a goal there for something that you're going to be doing anyway, but it's almost like a milestone, so to speak. So like, how much,
Yeah.
out of interest, like how much weight did you have to lose to kind of get where you are now?
Well, the weight wasn't like tied into it per
Mm.
se, so
Yeah.
I don't want to give like the wrong perception that
Yeah, of course.
because yes, you can cosplay no matter what size you are,
Yeah.
but it was a more of a money thing. I couldn't afford new clothes, so I
Right.
had to, fit in the clothes that I
In the ones that you had, yeah. I trust me. And ladies in the chat, I know you lot have been through the same shit. You got that pair of jeans in there, it fit you last summer, and you're going to put it on and it just doesn't fit. You're like, I'm gonna make these jeans fit today. Trust me, I know that feeling so well.
It was kind of that. It was that type of situation. So the easiest route was to lose weight. So that's the kind of the route that I took. But I did like um for me to feel comfortable to
Mm.
cosplay, I was 183 pounds
Mm.
initially, and then now I'm like 133 pounds. So I had
That's
to lose like
really good.
50 pounds.
Yeah, that's amazing. Guys, look at this. This is like really inspiration. Like, congratulations. That's
Thank you.
fantastic. I need to lose
And
weight.
now
Maybe I need to find a cosplay.
I'm in the same boat I was at the beginning. So at the beginning, my clothes didn't fit because I was too big. Now
Yeah.
my clothes don't fit because now I'm too small.
Now you need to. Now
So,
you see. Now this is where I come in. Eat tacos, eat pizza, eat burgers, eat Chinese food, eat all the kind of junk food, and get back into. Actually, speaking of cosplay, I actually did see that you did a Raven from Teen Titans cosplay. That looked
yes.
really freaking cool. Like, is that something that you made, or like was that what inspired you to do that particular cosplay?
I bought it off of Amazon. It was like, quick and easy. Um, and the Raven, I've watched the original Teen Titans,
Yeah.
but this before Teen Titans Go came
That,
out.
that doesn't exist. We don't
And
talk about Teen
yeah,
Titans.
from when I was a kid,
Yeah.
every episode, every time it came on, and I kind of like I'm a very anti-hero person. Like
Yeah.
I love all the Vegetas, I love all the Ravens and
Yes.
everything. So I related to her a lot.
Yeah.
And that particular scene between her and her dad was like
Yes.
really big for me. So
Yeah.
not only did I want to do Raven, I wanted to do that version of her
Yeah.
because that's who I related to.
It's
So
a really epic. It's an epic like episode. Like I used to watch Teen Titans quite a lot, and I'm gutted that they didn't make more of it.
yeah.
But I really do like that, and it's totally really like Raven's one of my favorite characters, like 110%. So it's really nice that you kind of found something iconic and inspirational to you, and like really like went with it. So like big congrats on that. And
Thank you.
to do things like cosplaying and like kind of being motivational for other people, that takes a lot of courage, a lot of confidence and stuff like that. Do you feel that's something that you learned on the way, or is it something that you feel that you've always had?
Um, I I feel like this is like a little bit of both. Because you kind of have to have it to be able to like go back and look to see that it's there, right?
Yeah.
So, but I guess in my experience, I had to kind of like rebuild that for myself
Yeah.
because I didn't have like a lot of confidence, and I kind of still don't. But I'm trying to put myself in positions where, look, I did this thing and it came out fine, so
Yeah.
I'll be able to do this next. So kind of a little bit of both, and I've just been kind of like trying to. Words are so hard sometimes.
It's hard all
Hmm.
the time for me, trust me. It's really difficult for me to formulate a sentence and have it make sense.
uh, I guess building that confidence is
Mm.
what I have been doing and still trying to
Yeah.
accomplish, I guess.
I mean, I can kind of see it, like through what you do, through how you speak. You mentioned that you wrote a book, and again, that takes a lot of nerve and focus, and again, something that is like really important in our day to day to have in order to do things like that. So. With regards to your book, because you did mention that you just finished one and you want to get on to a second one, what was the first book about? Tell us about that.
So the book I'm currently reading now is called The Power of Now
Right.
by Eckhart Tolle.
Mm.
And I can only do like bits and pieces at a time.
Mm.
So, but it's basically of trying to be more present
Right.
in your day to day. So, I'm trying to be more a better listener, and trying to be not trying to focus so much for the future because I'm a
Mm.
planner.
Yeah.
I'm an organizer. I
Yep.
make like I like my whole life, my budget is done until April, like 4 months out.
Yep.
And like that's how far my brain goes. And
Yeah.
um I just I found that living so constantly in the future, I'm missing out on like a lot of things that are going on around me.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to bring myself back to one. And the book kind of identifies and kind of, you know, theorizes,
Mm.
ways and things on how you can be more present.
Yeah.
And but so I've been reading a lot of self-help books, and my next
Ah,
book to
okay.
read is Ready Player 2 because
Oh hell yeah.
I'm so ready for like a brain break. So
Yes. I mean, I love the Ready Player One. I've not read Ready Player Two yet. That is on my to-do list. But that's good because sometimes we do kind of need that break, right? So,
yeah.
but I love that you're kind of reading things that are, self-help. I'm very much like you. I always like have to plan so far ahead. And you're absolutely right. Sometimes when you plan so far ahead, you miss the now and you miss what's going on around you. And it sometimes for us, it kind of comes off like we're not, well, I suppose we're not present, but that's not necessarily the case. We are. It's just that our enthusiasm is more so for what's coming, not what's happening.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I can totally relate. And I'm sure there are people in the chat that can also relate as well. So, I mean, what advice would you give to somebody having read this book? What advice would you give to somebody, who is trying to get to where you're at right now?
um be patient, really. It's really all it is. Don't jump the gun,
Yeah.
and just be present with the moment.
Yeah, good advice. Yeah,
Being
guys.
patient is like was really hard for me for like a really long time, and then so I'm just continuing trying to practice,
Mm.
the art of being patient. So
Okay, yeah. I mean, and again, things like that. It's hard to conquer, but like when you do it, it's probably like one of the best feelings in the world because you've obviously accomplished something. So do you feel that you bring that kind of level of patience into your streams or into the kind of games you play, things like that?
um I guess it depends on the game I'm playing. If it's a shooter, definitely not. So I
No
definitely
patience.
relapse,
No.
um, and probably Call of Duty and in an Apex, but definitely in Animal Crossing and
Mm,
Monster Hunter World. Like my two main games, which is
yeah.
Animal Crossing and Monster Hunter World, I do kind of like take those kind of slow, and I,
Yeah.
I have things to do, and I've outlined what I'm going to do for the day.
I love that the planning is still there, even in Animal Crossing. I love it. I need to come and see your island. I need to go to this well organized, planned ahead
I do.
island.
I have a tombstone for every villager that dared left me.
Oh my god, that is fantastic! Oh my god, I actually have. I've got like a little cemetery. I've actually got two. Like one is for a personal thing, like for my grandmother and my grandfather. But I have one in the center of an annoying part of the island for where I will bury Tom Nook. So I don't know when or if it's gonna happen, but it's the Nook grave. So it's gonna happen. I don't know how, but he's gonna wind up on the floor. I don't know how it happened, but it will happen.
I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing.
Guys, no one in the chat. You guys ever heard nothing? Like this is part of this part of the stream is muted. Twitch, please mute this part of the stream. DCMA it, like please. This is like please, so like you guys don't hear anything. Please and thank you. I've also I've noticed when it comes to Animal Crossing, I have seen that you put up some really really cool posts of like the outfits and stuff that you put together and things like that, and that's really cool because I used to just design stuff in there. But what motivated you to do that as content in the game?
um, it's it's really like a part of like my day to day in Animal Crossing
Yeah.
because they have so many clothes and they're
Yeah.
so freaking cute. And then lots of the clothes mimic like a lot of the clothes that I have in my own closet. So
Oh wow.
you are my mini me, so I am mini you. So we can just dress the same. So a lot of those outfits are like what I was wearing that day, or the colors that I was wearing that day too.
That's really cool. And that's really, really
So
cool. I like that.
it helps me get into the habit. It's just like and like when I get up and I like make my bed.
Yeah.
So I just get up and just change clothes.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. That's absolutely phenomenal. So I mean, like you mentioned earlier that you also play Monster Hunter. Like that's a very different game compared to Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
where it's a lot more chill, a lot more zen. You can like do whatever. But you know what drew you to a game like Monster Hunter? Because it's real. Like for those that have never played it, it's real complex. But obviously, it's been out on like handheld and whatnot, and now it's it's all over the place. Everyone's playing, everyone's enjoying it. Then Iceborne came out and everyone went schizo and started playing it even more and like killing themselves. But what drew you to Monster Hunter?
So Monster Hunter World, I've always liked Monster Hunter World. I'm not a veteran though, because I didn't start back on the PlayStation days. But because by the time that I got into it, it was on the DS only, and just being able to like hunt monsters, and because I
Yeah,
like dungeon games and stuff like that, and um, it was just it was different. But I wasn't about to play it on the DS, so I skipped that
yeah,
part.
makes sense.
So, Animal Crossing, I've been playing Animal Crossing since GameCube. Like that had probably been like one of my first loves that
Yeah,
I've ever had. So I just kind of carried that with me. But
yeah.
I guess my other games are kind of like complete opposites because I just bash people around with hammers, and then shake trees on the other hand. I don't know how that works, but
It's a
yeah, I
nice like
like.
change of scenery though, right?
Sometimes you just need to like
Just hack a tree or kill a monster. Like I mean, it's one of those things. Like it's
different
almost like
aggressions for different things.
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So I mean, Twitch is a massive freaking platform. There are so many people on there doing so many different things. Why was Twitch an option for you?
um, so I'm late to Twitch, I guess. I didn't know Twitch existed because if I had known Twitch existed before 2017, I
Yeah.
would have been on Twitch.
Yeah.
I was back in the day when Crunchyroll was like really big
Oh
into
my
like
god.
RP. Like
Yeah.
I was on Crunchyroll back then, and
Oh
then I kind
wow.
of like fell off my online thing because real life happened,
Yeah.
and then I kind of came back.
Mm.
Twitch kind of like brought me back, so
Oh
I
wow.
actually started um, Twitch uh, in Monster Hunter World, and
Oh.
the community it just kind of really kept me here,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's just um, it helped me kind of like shift from I was going through like a really weird space in my life and it wasn't
Yeah.
particularly positive, and I was just like, I'm going to do something different this time, and then put out positivity and
Yeah.
see if I get positivity. And the only outlet that I felt deserved my the positivity beam
Yeah.
was my Twitch community. So I just
Yeah.
I kind of, like building my confidence just kind of came back and just, you know,
And
just
that's
tried to be
great.
more positive.
Yeah, I mean it's hard as well. Like a lot of people don't realize like being positive is so hard, even though it takes less energy. Like imagine like everyone's like, oh, I don't have any energy to do this, but they're going to be negative all the time, and that hurts more. Um,
Hmm.
but even being positive is equally as draining because it's kind of like um, it's almost like a rule of thumb. You give out positivity, you get it back, and it doesn't always work that way. But I do I totally agree with you with the sense that the community are the ones that kind of keep us going. And it's so
Hmm.
nice to see that your community has kind of got you back into this and really given you that confidence and that awareness that you can use this platform as an outlet, no matter how big or small, indifferent or whatever. And
Hmm.
it really does kind of boost that. So well done to you. Like you should really be proud of yourself. Like
And
because
it's really Twitch, like, because
yeah.
if I was a part of toxic communities, I probably would have left Twitch. So
Oh, there are so
there's
many.
like there's a good to bad to everywhere you go, but
Yeah.
you are a reflection of who you keep around you. So
Agreed. Agreed. That statement is so true. Like I with my, it's the same thing like when you raid people, right? When you go to people's streams and you bring your community there, you know, how they are, you know, is a reflection of you because it's something that you have built around yourself. It's almost like your own kind of almost like your own kind of safety bubble. So it's really like important that you've got a great community, and it really does sound like you have. Like, you know, it's so nice. It's so lovely to see. And I know that there are so many kind of downsides to Twitch. I mean, have you found that you've experienced any kind of really bad hardships on Twitch that have kind of made you think, oh, not today, Satan, kind of thing?
I feel like that there have been lots of opportunities, and I'm sure that they will continue to come in the future too. But it's just an all in how you handle it. So it'll only stay if you give your attention to it. So
Yeah.
I think I've done a pretty good job of kind of filtering what's good for me and what's worth my attention and what's not. So
some people can't even, it takes some people a long time to do that. And you know, again, I think it's because of the way you present yourself, the outlets that you use, the positive vibes that you put out there, even like the books that you read and everything like that. And you know, that is a really good step in the right direction. Like, so guys in the chat, I hope you lot are listening to this. Okay, this is good shit. This is good advice. Like, this is absolutely fantastic. So I mean, with every, you know, as you said, there's always a good side and a bad side. Let's talk about the good side. What good things have happened to you since being on Twitch?
I have come out of my shell a lot. I didn't realize how much of an introvert I was until sorry, I guess the clouds are being weird, but
That's all good.
I didn't like realize like how much of an introvert I was until I started like trying to be friends with other people, because as you know, making friends as an adult is hard.
Oh god, yeah. Yes.
And so it's just like, okay, like I'm still trying to figure out like who I am like as a person, and then figuring out like what I kind of don't want and then what I kind of do want. But it's like my first thing I wanted to do was to learn how to talk to people. So I started streaming for that reason. So that I could, you know, get my stutter out, because I naturally have a stutter, and that is like my one thing that holds me back. Like a lot of the times, half the time I can't even say my own name because it starts with an S. And S's are one of my hard triggers.
You know what? I tell you something though. Like, use it. Like, don't even see it as a hindrance. See it as, just see it as something, you know, to use. It could. I mean, it's part of you, right? So you may as well. Even like start hashtagging yourself. Like I spaz out all the time and I panic. And I make random noises, and I literally just branded myself as a hashtag panic streamer. If you do like the same, do hashtag stutter streamer. They're like, why are you stuttering? Be like, yo, that's me. What's up? Kind of thing. And it almost brings the positive to something that you felt hinders you. And I feel that, like, you know, with the kind of personality you've got, I think that will really, really bode well for you, like 110%. So, you know, always, I mean, you know, and this is, again, it's something you kind of learn, again, through books and reading and experience, you know, that if you have something that you don't feel is a positive, you switch it around. It's almost like, you know, peeing into the wind kind of thing, you know. It's almost like that kind of scenario. It's just like, you know what, I'm just going to embrace it because it is what it is, right? And I love the fact that you are, like, again, it's like you're developing yourself through everything that you're doing, and it's always nice to hear that. I mean, even you know what you were saying about being an introvert, we've got some introverts up here in the chat. Like, we got Half Valley in there saying introvert squad. You know, so, you know, and it's really nice to see. I think a lot of people on Twitch find out who they are through it because you're actually like putting yourself out there. Do you find that it is easier to kind of put yourself out there on Twitch versus doing it in person with somebody?
Yes, I do, because they don't have to see me. I'm just a name. You know, it's easier when they don't have to look at you. But I guess my issue is that I don't like being looked at, because I also had that going on for me, because I was like, I don't like going outside. I don't like being around people. I don't like when people gawk at me. And And then I just had to get over myself because it's just too much.
But you know what? Seriously, you've spoken like one of the most truest introverts I have ever met. Because you know what? Like seriously, I feel you because like I'm not a massive introvert. I'm introverted at times. I'm like introverted by choice sometimes. Like sometimes if I just want to be with myself and just with myself, and if I want to be loud and leery, I stream. So you know, it's kind of like it's one of those kind of things, and it takes time to get there. And you know, how long have you been streaming for, roughly?
Um, 2 years. I've been
Yeah.
on Twitch for about 3 years, but I've been
Mm.
streaming for about 2 years.
Okay, yeah. So like, you know, again, it's very much you're developing over time, and you can only,
Hmm.
you know, when you're in the middle of the ladder, you can either go up or down, and you know, as long as you've got that constant progression, as you mentioned earlier, um, you know, you'll be just fine. So I mean,
Yeah, and I failed a lot. Like I failed a lot of times. Like I slipped back into my old ways, and
mm, how did you get out of that? Like out of interest, like how did you
and
when you slipped, how did
but
you get out of it?
it's just eventually you get tired of doing the same thing all the time.
Mm.
Like I have this obsession like with time travel movies. So like it
Oh,
almost felt like I was in like a time loop. You know what I mean? Like all these
yeah,
situations they keep happening. I'm keep reacting the same way. They keep
yeah.
happening the same way. They keep happening. So I'm just like, okay, all right. Obviously, I'm the problem.
Yeah, I've had that so many times. But it's you know, the good thing is that if you see something that is almost like a repetition, the
Hmm.
good thing is that you're seeing it. So then you can act on it and do something different. So, you know, like with that kind of thought in mind, if you could give like a piece of advice to anybody that had gone through the same kind of thing you did, like what would you say to them?
Um, the negative feelings are temporary. Don't act on them. Wait
I
until
would,
it passes.
yep.
Unless
Yes.
it's a situation, of course we can't control things, but like do what you can do within your control, and you
Yeah.
can control yourself. So if yourself is urging you to act on a negative feeling,
Mm,
don't.
yeah.
It'll pass. If it's good, it's going to keep coming back. So,
Yeah.
but if it's bad, it will leave.
It's true. Like it's like the more you hang on to negativity, the more it stays around because it feeds on negativity. It's like when you
Hmm.
have trolls in your channel. You know, the more you give them attention, the more they stick around.
Yeah.
And you know, again, that's really really great advice. Like that's really really great advice. I mean, you know, I mean, if let's just say, for example, let's just say you didn't have Twitch as an outlet, would there be somewhere else? Would you actively find somewhere else to, you know, put that in?
I think so. Because before I had Twitch, I used to have Call of Duty. So
Yeah.
I had a Call of Duty clan back in like, God, I feel so old.
No, no, don't worry, don't worry.
Well, we were like, we were a clan of friends. We played like every game together. This was back when like Watch Dogs 1 came out. Like we
Yeah.
played all the new games that came out. We played Call of Duty together. Like that was like my community back then.
Mm,
And then like I I was going through another shift that happened, and life and blah blah blah. So then I was
yeah.
like, let me get back into my games, because I was happier. When I was happier, I was playing my games all the time, and at this
Yeah.
point I had like stopped playing games altogether, and I was miserable.
I feel that. I do feel that. Oh my goodness.
And so and then I was on YouTube at first, and
Mm.
then I had to find like a new thing to play because Call of Duty was kind of trash, and I wasn't able to like put myself back into it like I used to. So
Yeah.
then I started playing my other you have like a box of games, and you
Yeah.
don't really play all of them at the same time, but you kind of cycle through them and stuff like that. And Twitch
Yeah.
seemed like, it was a good place to meet other players too. So
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's really good. I mean, like I mean,
I
YouTube
don't
is a
remember
really
what the
hard
question
one.
was, but
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I said like 2 seconds ago. We do have some more questions for you actually. So Rika actually asked, how many cosplays have you made?
um, well, I'm not that good. I don't make them. But I've done one so far.
Mm.
I have character ideas for my other ones. I have to like piece them together. So like I want to do a Hiei one. I want to do a Killmonger one. I want to do a Black
Ooh.
Panther one.
Oh,
I want to
nice.
do Sadness from Inside and Out.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. I want to see that. I want to see
um,
that.
like I have a bunch of like ideas. Like my favorite characters, I want to do Gara from Naruto.
Oh, I love Gara.
Um,
I can see you actually pulling that up as well. That'd be really cool. Yo, that'd be wicked with the love
to take
symbol
a
on his
break
head
and
and
step
everything.
back when you get in a funk. Um, I guess that was life telling me that to step back. I guess if that's what you
Mm.
mean. But I really, since playing video games make me happy, I want to
Yeah,
keep that associated with me being happy. So
yeah,
I'm not when I am down.
yeah,
I try not to get into a habit of playing the game because I don't want to associate my feelings with that.
yeah,
So I try to I work out and I do yoga. Like I make because that really de-stresses me. So I try to
yeah,
do that as often as I can,
yeah.
so that I'm not putting negative energy on what I consider
Mm.
a happy medium. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes sense. Like it definitely makes sense. Like I
I know I can talk in riddles. Sometimes I just talk in Sophia speak, and I don't even know what I'm saying
believe
half
me,
the
I speak fluently, and it makes no sense to anyone. It makes sense to me. Um, but yeah, it totally does make sense because it's kind of like if you're in a low point or you're in a funk, even though games do make you feel happy and warm inside, you don't want to be defaulting to a game every time you're sad because then that's where the
time.
connection happens and you want to keep those two separate. So I totally get
Yes.
that.
Hmm.
So I think it's amazing that like you will do something almost like a breakaway, so like exercising, going for a run, doing yoga, what have you, and then when you're done and you're kind of refreshed and you're kind of back to the beginning point, you're like, oh, I'm going to play a video game, and then that connection is no longer a link. So I totally
Right.
get that, and I think that is, trust me, we are one in the same. Like I know exactly what you're saying. It's totally understandable. So I mean, so tell us, because I think we're coming up to the end now. But when are you going to be streaming next? Like we would really love to see you.
See, that's a good question because I just moved and then I just started a new
Oh,
job. So I would like to go back to my daily routines
yeah,
of streaming in the morning is what I used to do.
yeah.
Stream at like 5 or 6 in the morning because it
Oh
takes me
wow.
like 4 hours to do my daily routine in Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. Um, so I I'm pretty sure that I might do a stream like maybe in like April-ish is like
Yeah,
probably like the earliest time.
yeah,
Um, but um, it's normally in the mornings and I'm doing my routine in Animal Crossing. Unfortunately, because I'm in like a weird space right now,
yeah,
I can't stream, but I am always in chats. I
yeah,
am a very active chatter and I'm
yeah,
always on Twitter. I'm always on Instagram. I'm
yeah.
always, I may not be live, but I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. I think Radka asked, is that UK time? Are you in Eastern, or what time zone are you in?
I'm in Eastern, yes. It
Eastern.
is 2:16 here in Florida.
Ooh, oh, I missed it. My friend just moved there. Oh, my friend just moved there. I am jealous. I miss Florida so much. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
but yeah,
Especially since
that's
it's winter time. Mm.
oh no no no! You won't miss it in the winter. Like it's bad enough we had snow on Sunday. It was upsetting. I'm actually moving to Australia, so as soon as I get into that heat, that's it. You lot are never gonna see me in a cold country again unless I'm visiting temporary. It's one of those. But if we do exclamation mark into you guys, that will show you exactly where you can find Sophia when she's not streaming. She'll be back in April, guys. So make sure that you keep an eye, focus. Make sure you see when she's on. Jump in and even just talk to her. Just say, "I know you." You'd be like, "What? Where you know me from?" Like, don't worry. Just like get the conversation going.
Hmm.
And you can see already, like Sophie is absolutely amazing, and we adored having you here. Adored having you here. Like it's been so amazing to talk to you. Do you have any
Thank you
final
for
thoughts
having
to share
me.
with the chat? Oh no, it's been a pleasure. Pleasure, pleasure. Do you have any like final thoughts that you want to share with the chat?
um, no, I'm happy that you invited me here so that I can, speak and kind of, continue building, my confidence and, talking to everyone. And I'm pretty active on Twitter. If you
Yep,
guys want to talk, you can feel free to send me stuff
yep.
that you think I might like to read. My book list is 38 books long right now.
Oh
And
snap!
to be honest, I'm about to add more to it. But I'm looking for a specific book about having a growth mindset. So I'm trying to get back into like
Oh,
being in the seat of learning. So if you guys have any book suggestions, you
yo,
can
you
just send
heard
them
it.
over to me.
You heard
And
it right there, guys. Get yourselves, if you guys make sure you're following her on Twitter, give Sophia a
right
big
after
follow.
Ready Player 2.
Yeah, after Ready Player 2. I mean, just guys, like it's good to send DMs every once in a while, okay? Just don't fill them up to the point where she's like, I'm just not gonna accept.
Yeah, just book suggestions.
No, definitely. Thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. Sophia, seriously, it's been absolutely amazing getting to know you even more. It was amazing meeting you from the Twitch workshop. This is just phenomenal. And I hope that once you get back into streaming in April, that we can get you back on here again. We can see how you've been doing, see how you found Ready Player 2, see like what other books you've been reading. It'd be really good to catch up.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be down for that. Thank you so much.
No, you're very,
Hope
very
everyone has a
welcome.
great and happy Wednesday.
Fantastic. All right, take care, my lovely. It's been amazing. All right, see
Have a great
ya.
day.
You too. Bye.